Today we are going to look at the Leetcode problem, longest substring without repeating characters. So let's look into the problem. Given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. So here we have an example and the output is 3 because the longest substring without duplicate character it is ABC here, and here it's 1 because it's B and it's all the characters of B, and so we can take just B as a substring with length of 1. And here for the third one the answer is 3 again. If you can see that PW, here W is repeated, so it's only 2 characters, and the length is 2 here. And here WKE is a substring with the length of 3, and again KEW is also 3, so we are going to go with WKE. And okay, let me start coding this. So whenever we are given a string, yes, we are always going to say we are going to find the length so that we can loop through that, iterate through the string character by character. And here we are going to use the sliding window approach, and so we are going to have a 2 pointers left and right. And I'm going to use a hash set here to avoid duplicates, or to just to support avoiding the duplicates. And maybe I'll just go with a while loop here and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I can always change it to different iteration. Maybe I can use a for loop or something else. Let me just use a while loop just to keep it simple. I'm just going to check if right is less than n, and so the first we need to check the first character, so we are gonna say yeah, everything is fine so far. Left is 0, right is 0, so I'm just going to get the first character there, and I'm going to check if it's in the window. Obviously it's not in the window because right now window is empty. And if it is not in the window, we can very well add it to the window. And now we are going to update the max length. It's going to be math.max of So here I'm saying I'm comparing the current max length with right minus left plus 1, because our right minus left plus 1, this is going to give us the length of the current window. And yeah, that is this one, which is the current substring without duplicates. For example, and then because both left and right are indices, we are gonna start with 0, and that's why we have a plus 1 here. um, and for example, if left is 2 and right is 4, it's gonna be the substring includes indexes 2, 3 and 4. Let me just give this PWWKEW. For example, if the left is going to be 2, 0, 1, 2, it's going to be W, and the right is going to be 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be E. So the substring is going to have this, yeah, it is going to include the indices 2, 3 and 4, which is WKE. So the total length would be 4 minus 2 plus 1, which is going to be 3. Because the indices always start with 0, we need to have this plus 1 here. And here I'm incrementing the right pointer, and so if the character is not in the window currently, I mean, if it is there, we are just gonna remove it, remove the character at the left. Okay, let me see if this works. Yeah, yes. And now we are going to walk through an example. So here is the input, and n is equal to 6, and we are initializing left, right and max length. And now the window is going to be empty, and here, yes, right is less than n, so the current character is going to be here, the one at the right, the character at the right, which is P. And window is empty, so window doesn't contain the character, so we are going to add it to the window. And the max length is going to be max length is 0, and right is 0, left is 0, and so it's going to be 1. here. That's because here p right is 0, left is 0, and plus 1, and then we are going to increment the right pointer. And now right is less than n, yes, 1 is less than 6, and the current character is going to be the one at the right pointer, which is going to be now w. And yeah, window doesn't have w now, so we are going to add it to the window. And the max length is going to be right is 1 and left is 0, so it's going to be 2. And we are going to increment the right pointer, and now again right is less than n, so the current char is going to be the one at right, the character at right, it is 0, 1, 2, which it's going to be w again. And now we already have w in the hash set in the window set, so we are gonna just remove the character at the left. So the character at left is still 0, so it's p, so we are removing p. So the hash set is going to be just only w. And now the max length is going to be still 2, comma right is 2 and left is 0. Okay, it's going to be 3 now, because right is 2 and left is, oh, I'm sorry, we should go there, because here, yeah, after removing we are just incrementing left now. So left is gonna be 1, and now again right is 2, and which is less than 6, so we are going to have the current character at right, which is again 2. And now yeah, it's w we have, so yeah, the window contains w already, so we are going to remove w. And it's going to be an empty set. And now we are going to increment the left, and right is still 2. So the current character at 2 is still W. 0, 1, 2. And because the set is empty, we are going to add because the window set doesn't contain W, so we are going to add it there. And now the max length, which is going to be 2 comma right is 2 and left is 2. Which is 2 again. And now we are incrementing the right. And right is 3, which is less than n, so the current character at 3 is going to be K. And yeah, K, we don't have K in our window set, so we are adding K. And now the max length is going to be right is 3 and left is 2. So 3 minus 1 is 1, so 2 comma 2, it's still 2. And here we are incrementing the right again. Yes, and right is still less than 6, so the current character at right, which is 4, it's going to be E. And so we don't have E in the window set, so we're gonna add it there. And the max length is going to be the previous max length, comma right is 4 and left is 2, so that's going to be 3. And we are going to increment the right, so right is going to be 5. Now right is 5 and it's still less than n, which is 6. So the current character is going to be the one at 5, which is the last character here, which is W. And we have W in the window set currently, so we are going to remove the one at the character at the left, so the the left, currently the left is 2. So the one in the left is going to be 0, 1, 2. So we are going to remove W. So that's going to be K and E. And now we are going to increment the left. Left is going to be 3. And now the right is still 5, so the current character at 5 is again W. And now we can add W here because we don't have the W anymore. So here we are adding the W, and max length is going to be 3, right is 5 and left is 3, so it's gonna be 3. And we are going to increment the right, which is going to be 6, and the loop ends because right is equal to n, which is not less than n anymore, and we got our maximum length as 3. Let me run this and submit.